Okay. So, a very good afternoon to all of you. Today, I, Suleksh Kumar, Placement Officer of Shri Sai Group of Institute, again takes this privilege to welcome you all here in the webinar series being organized by Shri Sai Group of Institutes, Pathankot. So, as you know, we are covering the different topics related to studies, recruitment process, and the present scenario in this pandemic COVID-19 situation. So without delaying, today I take this privilege to welcome on behalf of management of Shri Sai Group of Institutes, especially Chairman Sir Engineer S.K. Punch, Worthy Managing Director Shrimati Tripta Punch, Chief Managing Director of the group, Engineer Kanwar Tushar Punch, and the convener of this webinar series, Dr. Vipin Gupta, Principal, Shri Sai College of Engineering and Technology, and of course, the staff and students of this institution. I welcome you all. So, our today's speaker is Mr. Sunil Kumar Arora. He is a very pleasing and the prominent personality of the corporate sector. He has been in touch with Shri Sai Group of Institute from last so many years. We are really very thankful to you for connecting with us, sir. So our today's topic is impact of COVID-19 on the recruitment process of corporate sector. So this topic is related to all the freshers, all the young minds, even the people who are looking for the jobs, who are in the jobs, but need to know what actually is going out in the corporate sector. So this we are going to cover today with Mr. Sunil Kumar Arora, sir. But before starting, we should know about our this pleasing prominent personality, Mr. Sunil Kumar Arora. Will take only 1 to 2 minutes more. So Mr. Arora has in all 12 years of experience in the field of HR and currently leading the learning and development HR department of NOR Branch India Private Limited, Palwal. He has done post-graduation from UBS, Chandigarh, that is University Business School. He is a competent professional with experience in human resource function in different industries with key contribution in HR policy formulation and implementation, manpower planning and budgeting, recruitment, compensation and benefit, performance management, training and development, industrial relations, legal compliance, a licensing, etc. He is expert in the field of soft skills, as in communication skills, emotional intelligence, conflict management, achievement, motivation, and many more. He is a strategy architect credited with implementation of innovative capability, building initiatives to capitalize on organizational growth opportunity. His excellency in designing and applying a comprehensive performance management, competency and OD framework to support the business and achieve ambitious growth plans. Is a proficient in leading talent management, leadership development, career planning, and succession planning for improving the competence of the workforce. Is a result-oriented individual with strong analytical communication, interpersonal, and organizational skills. So this is all for Mr. Sunil Arora. who is Mr. Sunil Arora is, and why we choose this topic. What is the need for choosing this topic is going to be explained by Mr. Sunil Arora through the webinar series being organized by Shri Sai Group of Institutes. So not without any delay, I'm just going to call Mr. Sunil Kumar Arora on the dais for his presentation. Over to Mr. Sunil, sir.
Thank you, Sulakshay. Very good afternoon to all of you. Thank you for your kind words.
All pleasure, sir.
I feel humbled to begin with the topic, which is impact of COVID-19 on recruitment process of corporate sector. So, friends, this topic, as you see, I will just project it on the screen as well for your better understanding. And I will try to give a lot of insight as much as possible. So I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Is it?
Yes, it is, sir.
So
It is.
Lakshmi, my
It is
screen is,
visible.
it is.
And
So
last
this
request
is
to
one
all
of
of
the
you,
most,
sir, hold on. I request all the listener and the viewers just mute your mic during the session. I request all of you just mute your mic during the session so that there should be no disturbance at all. Thank you. Thank you very much. Continue, sir.
thank you. So this is one of the most discussed topic as of today, because it is being discussed at a government level. It is also being discussed at the corporate sector levels, even in social medias, because of the unprecedented outbreak of COVID-19. There is there is lot of impact. It has been, the entire world has been affected. So the different countries have been affected. The different companies have been affected. So there is a lot of financial crisis which is happening, and the organizations are now left with only one option, and that is how they can reduce their overhead cost. And I am sure everybody is thinking कि अभी और corporate sector में होने वाला क्या है, because nowadays corporate sectors companies, or per se the manufacturing companies, if I talk about, they are operating at 50% of their manpower because of social distancing, because of this containment zones being defined. Now people are not able to move out. So what is going to happen in the corporate sector? So this is a big question, and I'm sure this question would be there in your minds as well. So I will try to give as much insight as I can give, and I will also tell you that how the jobs are, future jobs would look like. So there is a lot of change which is going to happen in this current world. So let's begin with it. I'm sure uh, what there would be a lot of things coming up in your mind seeing this slide. This is basically a newspaper clipping which talks about layoffs which are happening in the corporate sectors, be it Raymond's, where they have uh, laid off 100 people. If I talk about, there is a United States real estate company we work, so they have also laid off 100 people in the India setup. Oyo, we all know it's a big brand nowadays, but they have also fired people. Along with that, they have reduced the salaries of their employees by 25%. And similarly, if I talk about Uber, they are also firing people. So what is something which comes to your mind seeing this? I'm sure a lot of insecurity, a lot of what is going to happen, whether the corporate sector will remain the way or it will lose its identity. A lot of questions might be coming into your mind. So if I have to analyze it, though I wanted you people to respond and participate, but I believe that let me finish my session first, and I will be taking a lot of question answer sessions from all of you. You may ask me a lot of questions. I will be in a position to answer those. So I will also try that if I can use a bilingual language so that आप लोगों के लिए और मेरे लिए समझाने में आसानी रहे. So I will keep on speaking in Hindi and English mix so that the students are there who can take maximum advantage of it. So the first question which I would like to ask you is, are you feeling insecure about your job or business? I'm sure the answer is yes. And the reason also which is coming to everybody's mind is that there are a lot of information overload is happening, be it WhatsApp, be it the Facebook, be it LinkedIn, all those social medias. Everybody is floating one information: what is happening, the impact of COVID-19, how many people are getting impacted, how companies are behaving. So a lot of insecurity is coming in the minds of the people. So that is there. But let me tell you that the reality as such is not so bad. The picture of corporate sector is not as gloomy as it been projected or depicted in the media. ठीक है, jobs जा रही हैं. That's a reality. That's a crude reality that was existing earlier also. पहले भी jobs जा रही थी. ऐसा नहीं है कि jobs अभी जाना शुरू हुआ है. But the point is everything is now linked to COVID-19. There are people who are underperformed. They are not performing properly. So that is why the people have to leave their jobs. So that is the reason these people got laid off. There are certain people who are highly paid and they are not able to justify their cost. So that people are also moving out. I have recently read an article where Emirates have fired their 600 pilots and they were highly paid pilots. So if you are not justifying your job, or if you are not performing your job properly, I am telling you, you are going to, you are going to get into a big problem. So we all need to firstly deserve, then we will be able to sustain our jobs. So that is the mantra which is going to remain in current context. So the second thing which is coming up is, do you agree life of every person got changed in this quarantine period? I think there would not be even a single person who will say that my life has not got changed. Be it we are being a social animal, we really love to meet people, greet people, and that luxury is now not there. We cannot move out, we cannot visit malls, we cannot do shopping, we cannot go out to any hill station for vacations. So all those things are actually changing our life. Earlier we used to work in office and we never used to bring our office work at home, but nowadays we are working from home. So it's a big change. Remote schooling. So the life of everybody is changing. We used to say ki send kids outside so that they can also they can interact with the nature. But nowadays we are restricting kids to stay in the home. So this is something which is happening. But friends, I would like to share one thing, that this is becoming a new normal. And whatever we are seeing, most of the things are going to remain with us. We will live with all those things from now onwards. Be it working from home. I'm sure most of your faculties would be taking sessions online nowadays. So that is something which is becoming a norm now. It is acceptable. People are, earlier it was expected they have to reach office by 6, by 9, and they have to leave office by 6. Now there is a flexible working hours which are existing in the corporate sector. So what is it? This is going to remain because the expectations of the organization, expectation of each and every individual is nowadays changing. So to begin with, I will be sharing, first of all, what is happening in various industries, as in, how is the hiring trends look like? Because most of the students who are present here, they would like to know that whether they will be getting a job or not. Faculty members will also be concerned about students कि हमने बच्चों को इतना पढ़ाया है, इतना अच्छा उनको caliber दिया है, intellect दिया है, whether they are going to get jobs or not. So let me tell you that scenario of corporate sector is not as gloomy as we are able to visualize from the external environment. So this is one slide. Herein the survey was conducted of 1800 companies. And this is you can see on the left hand side, there are industries: energy, travel, transportation, manufacturing, healthcare. These are all industries. And the questions which were asked to the companies were that whether you are still hiring, or is the hiring freeze is there, or whether the layoffs are happening. So the green color depicts that still the hiring is going on. The yellow color or the cream color, you can say, is depicting that there is a hiring freeze in those companies. And wherever there is a maroon color, it reflects there is a layoffs which are happening. So if I see the overall scenario, that I could see many greens, and the percentage varies from 20 to 40 to 60% of the companies are still hiring. So that is not the scenario that the companies are not hiring people, but yes, they might be hiring a value added jobs. So not, they would not be putting focus on all the jobs, rather they will be putting uh, they are hiring those jobs wherein the actual value comes out, so which is driving business. Those jobs maybe the companies are hiring. Rest are, you, the most of the yellow portion which you see. So let me tell you that this is something which currently companies are saying that we are not going to hire. But once the post covid-19 this happens, post covid, I'm assuring you these jobs are going to come into the market, and there would be a lot of jobs. But the only point is when this time is going to come. So the experts have to say that by July there will be the maximum effect will happen, and then the curve will come down. So, and moreover, the industries are trying to get established. They are trying to start living with this covid-19. This is something which is happening even in our manufacturing sector where I am working. We are working with 70% of our manpower. 30% are those who are not able to come because of their containment zones, but otherwise we are ensuring social distancing, everything. I'm a part of a manufacturing setup. So if manufacturing is able to operate, so you can take it that other industries have also started stabilizing themselves, but it will take some time. And the maroon portion are the portion where the layoffs are happening. And let me tell you that the way we say that with covid-19 so many people have died, so people were earlier also dying with other diseases, other flu, but nowadays everything is being attributed to the covid-19. Similarly, layoffs were happening earlier also. The numbers, the percentage which you are seeing is not because of the impact or the effect which has happened due to covid, but it's a general thing. Some impact certainly it would have brought, but if people are not performing, they are certainly going to leave the job. They are going to move out of the job. So this is the industry trend. I will give you only one thing which I want to share from this slide is that the scenario of corporate sector is not as good, but even it is not as bad. It is uh, lying at an average snail pace. It is moving, but we will recover very soon, because this outbreak or this disaster which has happened is not a natural disaster wherein there is a huge loss of infrastructure has taken place. एंड अभी इसको ठीक होने में बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा. लेकिन जिस टाइम पे ये चीज हमारी माइल्ड होनी शुरू होगी, आई एम टेलिंग यू, वी विल हैव लॉट ऑफ जॉब्स. सो स्टूडेंट्स हु आर लिसनिंग टू मी, आई विल ओनली से वन थिंग, बी प्रिपेयर्ड. अपने आप को अपनी स्किल्स के ऊपर काम कीजिए, बिकॉज ऑर्गेनाइजेशन माइट नॉट एबल टू स्पेंड मच टाइम और मच money onto you people. You need to build yourself. You need to be trained before you actually get into the working area into the different companies. So that is the only thing which I would like to share with all of you. So there are certain insights which is coming from the consulting companies, because consulting companies are also doing a lot of surveys. They have their opinions and companies blindly follows those things. So one thing which is coming from McKinsey, I'm sure you would have heard about this company name. It's a very renowned company, consulting company. It says that companies relying on remote working will be in a better position than those who are not in a position to work remotely. आप देखेंगे आईटी सेक्टर जो है और टेक्नोलॉजी रिलेटेड सेक्टर जो है वो इतना इम्पैक्ट नहीं हुआ, बिकॉज दे आर equipped to work in a remote conditions. तो वो घर से काम कर सकते हैं. So that is why उन कंपनीज में ज्यादा इम्पैक्ट नहीं हुआ. Yes, मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर हैज इम्पैक्टेड, has been adversely affected. तो आप देखेंगे कि ऑटोमोबाइल इंडस्ट्री में और अदर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग इंडस्ट्रीज में प्रोडक्शन में बहुत लॉसेस हो रहे हैं, डिमांड उतनी रही नहीं है. So that is one challenge which we are facing as of now. The biggest challenge for the organization during the pandemic are training, unemployment and productivity loss. आज की तारीख में अगर हम सोशल डिस्टेंसिंग को देखते हुए काम करेंगे तो वी कैन नॉट एम्प्लॉय मोर देन 50% ऑफ द मैन पावर. If we were able to manage with our 100% population and we were able to give our required revenue, आज की तारीख में हर एक कंपनी का revenue has reduced to 50 to 40%. So that is a big challenge. Now we need to learn, we need to understand that how we will be coming out of it. That is something which is a big question. Third thing is remote working, which means no commuting can make work more accessible for people with disabilities. आज की तारीख में, because people are working remotely, so there are differently abled people, so there is a lot of scope for them as well. They can get employed in the current environment in a very suitable manner. Those who move earlier, faster and decisively do the best. जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन इस टाइम पे फास्ट डिसीजंस लेकर अपनी स्ट्रेटजी में चेंजेस लेकर आएगी, those organizations are going to survive in this environment. The next point talks about the sales target, which says कि ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में अब सेल टारगेट इस बेसिस पे डिसाइड नहीं हो सकता कि लास्ट ईयर हमने कितना अचीव किया था. सो वी हैव टू बी वेरी रियलिस्टिक एंड कंपनीज हैव टू बिकम रियलिस्टिक अबाउट दैट. Few more consulting companies like TCS has brought the concept of work from home and they are saying कि हम अपने 75% लोगों को 2025 तक work from home देंगे. This is going to be a normal thing now. Maybe we feel कि यार घर पे काम करना, how is it possible? But nowadays this is going to happen. Even in the manufacturing sectors, this is happening. Twitter has also announced the same thing, that their 4,600 employees will work from home permanently even after lockdown. Forbes has to say जो कंपनीज इस टाइम पे अपने लोगों का ख्याल रखेंगी, वो कंपनी इस एनवायरनमेंट से बहुत जल्दी बाहर आ जाएंगी. एंड दैट इज समथिंग I am telling you, most of the companies have not stopped their hiring because of that, that they know that the coming times when we will move out of this, at that time there will be huge demand. And to fulfill that demand, at that time we will not be having the resources. So that is why we need to be prepared for that. That is why the companies are still doing a lot of hiring. Amazon is also, they are creating 50,000 seasonal jobs. So these are the jobs of, picking the material, packing it, shipping it, delivering it to the customer. And they have brought a lot of changes in their process. So roughly 100 changes has happened in their operations just to ensure the safety of their customer, safety of their employees. Wipro has also brought the concept of work from home. Now KPMG has to say that if the companies are no longer able to sustain this financial crisis, then they are firstly going to curtail the incentives of the employees. And I'm telling you, this is something which is happening everywhere. It is, be it manufacturing sector, be it the IT sector. If the companies have not able to attain their revenues, they are not able to achieve their profits, so they are not going to give the incentives. That is first thing which is going to happen. And this is a normal thing. Like if people will say that, I have not received the incentive because of this reason, it will be accepted by all. Okay, it's fine. Nobody is going to say, oh, that's really sad which has happened. Companies needs to build trust with the employees and emotional connect, because a lot of insecurity is there among the employees. And if companies are able to do that, they are going to move out of this COVID pandemic very soon. So let's talk about the new changes which are happening in the hiring ecosystem. So the hiring is not happening that way, which we used to see, that a person is being called for the interview, a person is getting ready, and then now he or she is moving to the premises. There, the one-to-one, face-to-face interactions are happening. No. Nowadays, because of social distancing, the virtual interviews are happening. It is happening through Skype, it is happening through Zoom, Google Meet. All these platforms are being used. And students, be prepared. You need to get very conversant with the technology, so that once you will also be called for the interviews, because companies will now not come to your campus, rather they will come through technology to your campus and they will interact with you. So there are certain rounds of interview wherein certain tasks is being assigned. Now those tasks will be converted into role plays. The interviewer itself will play a role play with the applicant or the candidate, and will try to assess that individual on those particular skills. So these are the things which are going to happen. Or let's say there is a written test, that test will be conducted prior hand before the interview happens. So such are the changes which you can see when the organizations are coming to your campuses. Impact on employee background screening. So, when an employee is being hired, at that time, the background screening happens. In that background screening, the few details are being checked. But nowadays, the crime rate has increased a lot, hell lot. Lot of issues are coming. So there would be a lot of changes which are going to happen in the employee background screening. So we need to be prepared for that also. That maybe there would be some person, sub agency coming to your home, trying to understand about the details which you have shared with the companies. They will verify everything. So that is something which is going to happen. Diversified supply chain of consultant, vendors, and third parties. Let me tell you that organization always rely on consultants, vendors, and third parties for their services. But now they are going to diversify because we really don't know the financial health of our vendors, whether they are going to remain in the industry or not. So we cannot rely on one or two vendors. We need to diversify it. So that is one thing which is going to happen in the corporate sector. So friends, this is one thing very interesting which is happening: virtual onboarding of new joinees. Now what is happening that the person is not going to the company for getting for the joining formalities. Rather, company, you need to share all your details and everything virtually. You have to use laptops or you need to use desktops. For that, you need to fill your details and your joining will happen. And for that matter, the orientation, induction, everything is going to happen online. Maybe because until unless it is required that you need to come to the office, if your job demands you to be work from home, so you will continue doing that. So to learn the company practices, to learn about employees, so you need to be giving a online induction. Everything is going to happen online. So this is also a big change which is going to happen. So next one topic which is left, which I would like to share with you, is about future jobs. How future jobs will look like. I'm sure ये क्वेश्चन सबके माइंड में बहुत ज्यादा आ रहा होगा कि क्या फ्यूचर जॉब्स विल बी द सेम द वे वी आर सीइंग इट एज ऑफ नाउ. The answer to that is no. Future jobs will look very differently. I'm telling you. And what is going to happen? Let me share with you one by one. Full-time jobs will reduce and gig economy will see mainstream adoption. Now, there are two things here. One is the full-time jobs. As of now, most of the job in Indian context, in Indian companies, is full-time jobs, which means, you are permanently employed in one company. But now companies will not be able to shoulder that burden. So what will happen? They will hire people on contractual jobs. Freelancing jobs will be there. And only those jobs which are hardcore adding value to the business, which will remain. Rest other jobs will perish. Job of a paper pusher, coordinators, all those jobs are not going to remain. And the large hierarchies are now going to cut into the flat hierarchies. So that is one thing which will happen. And the company does not want to uh, take lot of overload of cost. So they want to reduce their overheads. So what they will do, they will hire people for a particular assignment. Once that assignment has been done, these people will be moved out. Gig economy people, you would have heard about Ola, Uber. These are all gig economy. But herein you see the drivers, the Swiggy people, Zomato people, they, whenever they wish to work, they will come, they will on their system, and they will be ready to work. And whenever they feel that they want to switch off, they will switch off their mobiles and they will be off from the office. So that is what gig economy is. When we talk about the lower the people which are not as literate, but for literate people there would be freelancing job, consulting jobs would be there. Next is remote and digital working will become the new norm. I'm telling you one thing: remote working, as we are becoming very mature nowadays in operating the technology, and technology will also enhance, we will have wonderful experience while working remotely. Even school will also operate remotely. Nowadays also our kids are now taking sessions on Zoom. So that is becoming a norm. So this is going to happen that way. एंड लेट मी टेल यू देयर वुड बी सर्टेन जॉब्स जिसके लिए आपको अपने घर में एक ऑफिस बनाना पड़ेगा. इफ यू डोंट हैव ऑफिस एट योर प्लेस, you will not qualify for certain jobs. So please be prepared for that. This is going to come. Salaries will become unfixed. One thing which is going to come is correction in salaries. We are not going to get salaries what we expect. We are going to get salaries what market can offer to us. So there would be a major portion will be a variable pay, which means कि अगर कंपनीज अपने टारगेट अचीव कर लेती है, they will be able to offer the variable pay to the employees at the end of the year. If the companies are not able to meet their targets, or there is a unprecedented anything other than some problem comes, so company will not be liable to pay. So that is something which is going to happen. Value perception will increase. Yes, this is also a very important point. Now those jobs will remain which are adding value to the business. I'm again and again saying those jobs who are adding value to the business, means those jobs which are able to enhance the business revenue, those kind of jobs, or jobs which will optimize the cost, or such jobs which are going to add value in terms of governance or regulations in the system. Such kind of jobs are only going to remain. The rest jobs are like either being outsourced or being on the contractual basis. So this is something which is going to happen. New jobs of different kinds will be created. Yes, that is something which is going. So is it like that whatever layoffs or things are happening, so there will be no jobs? No, the jobs will be there, but will be of a different kind. Currently also our government is also focusing on localization. So a lot of things will be produced locally. The manufacturing will happen locally. So we need people for that. And most of the jobs will deploy those people in those areas. Fresh graduates will be expected to learn by themselves and come prepared. I'm sure students might be thinking that, this is something which is relevant to us. People, please understand, students. I will tell you that earlier companies used to give lengthy trainings to the new freshers, to the graduates and the postgraduate people. We used to believe that, for 1 year time, the individual will come and learn, will be on the training period. Now those things are not going to happen. These were the luxuries which companies used to offer. Now companies will will try to expect that these people should come up prepared, they should have the required skill sets, and then they will get deployed on the job. So you need to have those skills available. You need to practice that. You need to learn everything which is expected by the organization. If you're able to do that, I'm telling you, you will get deployed. No organization is thinking in a sense that we don't want to hire freshers. No, organizations are very keen to hire freshers because you are millennials, you have very young blood people, very high in energy, and we want such people so that our organization culture should transform. So you people will be hired. Don't worry about that. Companies are going to come, but you need to be prepared about it. The scenario has changed a bit. That is it for you people. Fitment will overrule qualification. Earlier we used to say that, I am postgraduate, I have 10 years of experience, मेरे को तो job मिल ही जाएगी. Abhi scenario will change. Now people who have a right attitude and has this tendency to, or has an attitude to learn new skills, those people will qualify for a job rather than having a good qualification, good experience. It will not matter much. Reskilling and e-learning adoption shall emerge even faster. Now, organization will not try to hire people from outside. Rather, they will say that my existing employees who are well equipped with the existing culture should learn new skills, and they can be transformed into the other operations, into the other areas. So this is all about from my side, friends. I hope this has brought some insight to you about the corporate world. I'm sure there would be a lot of questions coming to your mind, and I'm ready to reply to all those questions. Only last thing which I want to share is that in this current time, please stay positive, please stay healthy. If you think positive and you eat healthy and you are fit, mentally and physically fit, I am telling you, you will come out of this time very quickly. And try to be skillful, try to learn new skills. Don't believe that whatever I know is sufficient, and be responsible. Don't move out from your home till this pandemic remains. Don't try to move to those places where a lot of crowd is there. So take care of your family. Thank you very much.
Right, sir. Uh, thank you, Sunil, sir. So, is there any query? Is there any question going out in your mind to the listeners or the viewers? It is an open session. If anybody wants to ask related to this topic, you're
So,
welcome, sir.
so Surakshi ji, there is one question which I could see.
Sir,
Munish
sir.
Kashni ji has asked, what do you think automobile sector will grow in coming days or not? So let me tell you that the current times, the demand for this the product is not there. Automobile product is, as of now, I was talking to the recruiter, one of my recruiter. He was saying कि sir automobile sector में अभी तो बहुत ज़्यादा recession नजर आ रहा है. But let me tell you, this is for a very short term period. Once things will improve, maybe in we have to face this recession for this quarter. At least quarter 2 is going to be bad, and initially quarter 2 will be bad. Quarter 3 we will see that things are going to improve. So coming times automobile will certainly grow. That's not the challenge. See, ultimately the economy of India stands on our manufacturing setup. So automobile has a big role to play in that. So in that context, uh, we will see that very soon things will be fine.
Right. So this question was asked by Mr. Manish Kashni,
Yeah.
who did his MBA from Shri Sai Group of Institute. So any other? So I can see one question, sir.
Yes.
It is there on our social media platform, that is YouTube.
Ji.
So what should student or a fresher do in this pandemic COVID-19?
Ji. I was
For
actually expecting this.
either for the preparation purpose, or how basically I think the question is how they spend their this time to prepare themselves.
So first of all, I will tell you that this is an opportunity for everyone. We should not see it from a side that कि हम लोग फंस गए हैं घर में, अब कुछ कर नहीं सकते. We can do lot many things. For students, I will say that the social media or the YouTube, there are a lot of videos wherein you can learn new different skills, right? If you are a graduate, let's say you are doing graduation in engineering, let's say in any field, maybe computer science or maybe mechanical. So lot of courses are available for you in YouTube or
Yes,
in other social media. So you can rely on that. You can leverage those things. You should channelize your energy in a manner that you are equipped with those skills. Once you move to the manufacturing sector or the corporate sector or IT sector, you should have those skills available with you. Other than that, people who are doing like MBA students also, I will suggest that they should work on their soft skills, because this is the best time there wherein they can leverage on. Because technically, I'm sure the college has taken care well of them. The only struggle which people have, students have, when they come to the corporate sector is that the way they communicate, the assertiveness, those kind of skills are missing in them. So, and that will happen with time. I will not blame them for that, because this is something is with every individual. When I also moved out from college, I have learned in a very hard way. So, but the thing is that there are platforms available wherein you can work on, you can leverage that. Even for that matter, if you have any support required, you can let me know. I can also help you in that. You can have my WhatsApp number also. I will just write it down on the message box, so that if anybody wants to talk to me in person, they can do that. So my number is 980-550-1391. So,
very nice.
right.
So we have one more question from Kanwar Vivek sir,
Ji.
and that is, what about banking sector as government PSU are merging and private sector have lended money to tycoon and they have left the country although government is trying to bring them back. Recently, Yes Bank HV criteria. So
Yeah.
this question being asked by Mr. Vivek, MBA pass out. Sir.
All right. So thank you for asking such a wonderful question. And let me tell you, yes, banking sector is also going through a lot of turmoil as of now. So the one is that there are scams coming out, but I believe that nowadays organizations are declaring their NPAs. So most of the organizations where they have given loans and now loans money is not coming back. So the banking sector is becoming very strict on those terms. Other than that, yes, there are certain scams which has happened and government has been badly affected by that. But I believe that the surveillance and the certain rules and regulations needs to be brought into the government sector to so that such kind of crimes doesn't happen. But otherwise, from the employment perspective, banking sector is one of the bright sectors because a lot of jobs are being offered by banking sectors. You can apply for a PO exam, and roughly 10,000 to 15,000 jobs are being offered by the banking sector, be it clerical, be it the officer jobs. So it's a very bright sector. Uh, we have a lot of opportunity as of now.
Right, sir.
Thank you for sharing information, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vivek. Thank you for connecting with us. So I think this is all for today's session. So I take this privilege, Sunil sir. We are really very thankful to you on behalf of management of Shri Sai Group of Institutes, staff and students of SSDI, because you have provided such a great informative information to all the young minds, even our faculty and the faculty. I just want to tell you that the people connected here is from Pan India, sir. We are getting the
All right.
message from Kanpur, we are getting the message even from Bihar. So students have been connected, and the
All right.
people from Pan India has been connected through this webinar to you. And we are getting the different kind of messages as like a very informative message, very useful information. So, and I really appreciate because you have shared your number for taking the maximum queries and to sort out it. So we are really very happy. And I just finish this with a quote because you just quoted, adopt a habit of learning if you want to be a earning. So this is the message of this webinar. Am I right, sir?
Yeah, yeah,
From
absolutely.
adopt a habit of learning
Learning.
because learning
Yes.
is very important throughout your life. It does not depend on any age factor. So learning is important. If you will be in a learning position, then all time you will be in a earning position. So
Very
last
well
but
said,
not
Suraksha.
yes, last but not the least, sir, today this District Employment Bureau, Pathankot,
Ji.
the District Employment Officer of Pathankot, Mr. Gurnail Singh, and the Placement Officer of Pathankot District, Mr. Rakesh Sharma, they also connected with us. So I'm really very thankful to them also. So overall, the district has been connected today with you for this valuable information. So once again, thank you, Mr. Sunil Kumar Arora sir, for providing us this information, informative information. Thank you very much, and I thank all the viewers and listeners for being connected here with us through this live webinar series being conducted by Shri Sai Group of Institutes. So just
Thank you.
stay positive, stay healthy, be skillful, be responsible. Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Sir. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. Take care.
Thank you, Manish. Thank you for being connected with us.
Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Gaurav Dhawan, thank you. Mr. Kamlesh, thank you. Arvinder Singh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you all. We'll see you in next session.